Hey there and welcome back. Let's solve LeetCode 1004, max consecutive ones, the third one. So if you haven't seen the first max consecutive ones or the second max consecutive ones, just go back through my videos because it's an important foundation to solve this question. With that being said, given a binary array nums and an integer k, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array if you can flip at most k zeros. So this is a sliding window problem, okay? Don't let any of this explanation throw you off, because looking at example 1, if we can flip 2 zeros most, we would ideally flip these two, we would ideally flip this 0 and this 0, right? Because that gives us a total length of 6, and that's our output here. Over here, we can flip 3 zeros, right? So let's flip these 2 zeros. We have one more we can flip, and that'd be this 0 here, right? And that gives us a total of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's our output, right? So looking at these constraints here, we're guaranteed an input. So that's great. Let's go over to the drawing board to get an understanding of this. So first and foremost, I already have the brute force approach sketched out here. And I just want to show you how using a double for loop in this manner will always get you the subarrays or the substrings of the given input, assuming it's a string or an array, right? And the brute force won't work because it's time limit exceeded n squared right, because I believe the given input can be 10 to the 5th power, which is 100,000 values in the given nums array, right? So that's time limit exceeded, okay? With that being said, though, I still want to show you the brute force just to get an understanding and how we can easily convert it to big O of n with the sliding window. So the brute force here is we have, and I'm gonna just put this here. Oops, okay, let's bring that back. All right, so the brute force approach, double for loop, right? So the left is starting at 0, so is right, okay? Equal to 0. And we get inside our inner loop, right? And we ask ourselves, is nums equal to right? If nums of right is equal to 0, that's not the case, right? So we get here, we update our res, so res becomes 1, and I think you guys get the point, right? So res is 1 here, then 2, 3, and then when we get here though, right, that's when we can start decrementing our k, which I set it equal to the limit, right? So if nums of right is equal to 0, we say limit minus equals 1. So our limit becomes from 2 minus 1 equals 1, right? And then we update our res. So our maximum now is equal to 4. And then same logic here. Limit becomes 0. Our maximum becomes 5. Res, I should say, becomes 5. And you get the point, right? Whenever we get too far over where we use too much of our limit here, we can immediately break out of this, and then we restart our loop now with left starting at 1, right restarting here at 1 as well, and same logic, right? So let's quickly, and if you need to pause and go over this yourself, if you're more on the beginner side, that's fine. Just reference this code, go through it line by line, okay? So we're gonna quickly break this down into a sliding window, okay? So let me go ahead and draw out our solution. So we are going to, let's just get rid of this here. Okay, and we can get rid of all these here. Oh, actually, let's keep that as well. So a lot of this we can keep. So we'll get rid of this. We'll just change this to be equal to k minus 1, since we're not using the double for loop anymore. So k minus equals 1, and we can also get rid of this here, and we're going to define left equal to 0, and let's also get rid of this here as well. Okay, so far pretty good, and let's bring everything up a little bit. Okay, so this is just going to be here, try and range n, close this. All right, so essentially what we're gonna do here, and let's bring everything over here a little bit more too. Yeah, all right, so if I finish drawing this out here, if we ever get to a point where k, we've used our maximum allotted flips, we simply just add this while loop here, right? So we say while k is less than 0, okay? If nums of left is equal to 0, okay, if it's equal to 0, then we're gonna say k plus equals 1, right? And we're gonna say left plus equals 1 as well, right? We're gonna shrink the window, and I'll explain to you with a walkthrough right now. All right, so essentially we have this left that starts at 0, right will also start at 0 in this loop here. So we have left 0, right starts at 0 as well. So let's go ahead and get inside of our logic here. So is nums of right equal to 0? It's not, right? So we update, and this also doesn't hit. None of these cases hit, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to update our res to be equal to right minus left plus 1, okay? So res becomes right minus left plus 1. So 0 minus 0 plus 1 gives us 1, right? Now we're back inside this for loop. We get here. This case doesn't hold. This case doesn't hold. So we update res again to be equal to right minus left plus 1. Right is equal to 1. Left is equal to 0. Those indices, right? And just to be clear, I'll just put that here. Okay, cool. So res now becomes 2, right? Because 1 minus 0 plus 1 is 2. We get here, still not these cases, but we're going to regardless do this case, right? Because of our indentation level. So res now becomes 3, okay? Then we get here, it gets a little bit more interesting. So nums of right is equal to 0, right? So k minus equals 1. So let me just bring this here. Okay, so k minus equals 1. K becomes 1. Okay, does this case hold? No, it doesn't, right? Because k is not less than 0. So res gets updated again. So 3 minus 0 plus 1 gives us 4. Then we get here. This case gets hit, okay? So then k now becomes 0. And that's still not less than 0, right? So we don't hit this case. Res gets updated now to be equal to 5, right? 4 minus 0 plus 1 is 5. And then now we're back in this for loop, and this gets updated here, right? So now it gets more interesting, right? So this does happen, right? So we say k is equal to -1, which triggers this while loop now, okay? So while k is less than 0, if nums of left is equal to 0, it's not, right? So this case doesn't hold, but this case always holds, right? Because of our indentation level. So left comes here. We're back inside this while loop, right? Because k is still less than 0, right? Look at k. K is equal to -1, okay? So get here. Eventually we're gonna keep going until we finally get here, okay? So while k is less than 0, it is, right? If nums of left is equal to 0, it is. Okay, cool. So k plus equals 1. Great. And let me bring this over a little bit. So k now becomes 0, and we still have to do this. Left plus equals 1. So left comes here now, and this condition is not met anymore, okay? So we check our res, okay? Look how our res is still gonna stay 5, okay? Because right minus left is 1, because 5 minus 4 gives us 1, plus 1 gives us 2, right? So that won't work, okay? So we're back inside of our for loop here, okay? Right comes here, and this res doesn't get changed because it's still greater than right minus left plus 1, right? Okay, so then we get here, okay, and then this will be equal, this also doesn't change our res too, because 7 minus 4 is 3 plus 1 is still 4, right? Which is less than res, which is equal to 5. Okay, then we get here, and now 8 minus 4 gives us 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So it's actually equal to res. And then we get here, okay? And over here, this case isn't hit, this case isn't hit, but this gets updated, right? Because the max of res between itself and right minus left plus 1, so 9 minus 4 gives us 5 plus 1 gives us 6, right? So res now becomes 6, and we get back inside of our for loop. We get here, and now we hit this case right here. So k minus equals 1, which gives us a -1. So while k is less than 0, if nums of left is equal to 0, it is. K plus equals 1, so k becomes 0, and then left plus equals 1, right? So left here, and we don't hit this, right? Because k is equal to 0. And we try this here. 10 minus 5 gives us 5 plus 1 is 6, so res is still staying 6. And we know that that will eventually be our answer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to LeetCode and type in our solution for sliding window approach of max consecutive ones, right? So like I mentioned before, let's get the size of our nums, all right? Let's put that in a variable called n, and we'll get res is equal to 0, left is equal to 0. That's our anchor for our sliding window, right? And then for right and range n, and we ask ourselves, if nums of right is equal to 0, we say k minus equals 1, okay? And then while k, so while k is less than 0, if nums of left at our anchor, right, is equal to 0, then we say k plus equals 1. Regardless, we have to move and shrink our window, slide our window, I should say, from left to right. And then we update our res every single iteration, right? Which will be equal to the max of itself, res, and right minus left plus 1, our window that we're tracking. And then finally, we just return the res. Let's test this here. I need nums, so we test this. We get our initial passing test cases and we submit it, and we get a fully functioning solution. Let's go over to the drawing board and talk about the time and the space, okay? So the time is big O of n, right? And the space is big O of 1, so it's constant. And the time is linear because we don't have that double for loop. And at most, this while loop could just go the length of the array, but just one time, right? It's not a nested for loop. And that is the solution. Whatever platform you're on, like, comment, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you in the next one.